3 reasons to decant. 1, to separate wine from sediment. 2, for presentation. 3, for aeration. Those are the 3 reasons to decant. With decanting, we're transferring the wine from one glass vessel into another glass vessel. What we're going to want to do is take the decanter and the wine, and we're going to pour the wine into the decanter over the candle. Now, when we're doing this, you do not want the glass to touch. That can cause a chip and ruin the wine, or worst of all, it could be so small that the guest isn't going to see the glass and they can consume it, and we all know that's really bad. So safety is a really, really big issue when you're doing this at the table. Hold the shoulder right here, right over the candle. That way you can see the wine, and once you start to see that sandy sediment that's at the bottle, that's when you're going to want to stop. That way none of the sediment gets into the wine that's in this vessel that you're going to be pouring into the glasses around the table. Also, when you are pouring the wine, you don't want the wine gulping for air. You don't want it to go glug, 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 glug really hard. You just want it to just kind of have like a really smooth pour right into the decanter and just let it, you know, this may take a minute, that's okay. You just don't want to rush the wine into the other vessel, because when it gulps for air, the air is going to travel to the bottom of the bottle and it's going to cause the sediment to stir up, and then you're just going to end up getting all the sediment into the bottle or into the decanter, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose. This is something that I practice at home, and you may have seen it at a restaurant. I've never encountered it at a restaurant before, but I'm sure that there are restaurants out there that do it. Basically what they do with a vigorous decant, they take the bottle of wine and they pour it into the decanter. And we're talking it's gulping for air, like glug, 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 kind of like if you're pouring a quart of oil into your car. And so when you do pour it into the decanter like that, it causes the wine to foam at the top, and there's bubbles popping and fizzing, and you can actually listen to the decanter and you can hear the wine just popping and fizzing. That is to accelerate the aeration of the wine. And actually Riedel designed a decanter to do that, where they get, and it's a huge decanter, they take the wine and they vigorously decant this bottle into the decanter. I mean, they're pouring, it's glug, 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 looks all crazy. And then it goes into the decanter, and then you can hold it and listen to it. And it's like crackling and fizzing and popping, and they kind of move the decanter around like this. And from what they say, decanting the bottle of wine like that for 5 to 10 minutes or whatever it is accelerates the aeration up to an hour. So those bottles of wine that usually take about an hour to open up, if you just kind of do a gentle decant into a regular decanter, and then you just let it sit there and breathe, that normally takes about an hour. This helps accelerate the aeration process. Does this work? In my experiences, I kind of think it works. I've decanted bottles of wine like that before, and I've noticed a difference between opening a bottle of wine and doing a gentle decant as opposed to doing a very vigorous decant. And I've noticed that, yeah, it actually does accelerate the aeration process. Now, I don't recommend doing that with an old bottle of wine. Don't do that with an old bottle of wine or something that has sediment. But if you're going to pick out a nice, 2009, 2010, 12 bottle of Napa Valley Cabernet, and you know it's a pretty big bottle of wine and it needs to open up or aerate, try it out.